and welcome again to my channel, Ellie Sand. In this super short video, I'm going to be showing you around the house that I stayed at during my weekend trip, where I went to this camping site, these cabins on the woods, and well, not on the woods, on the mountains, I would say. And all the decorations in this place were this cowboy desert vibes. There was this hole on the ground where you could look down and see what was downstairs, which I thought was pretty interesting, cool. And then there was this shelf where they just kept these things, and with the flashlight on, I just thought it looked really pretty. Because at first I was recording without flash, but then I was like, maybe I need the flashlight so that it looks better. And it did help. Now here, I'm showing you a barrel. All of these things were just here for decoration purposes. This is how the living room looked like. It had this cow print, which I thought looked nice, very aesthetic, very adequate to the theme. And there were lots of animal heads around the whole place. There was this statue that I had no idea what it was, but I recorded it, and I'm showing you now the chimney. This is how the chimney looked like, and just so you can get a clearer picture on what the living room looked like, I'm showing you around more of the chairs and the sofas. I like visiting here. I just thought it was a little bit dusty, but usually when you visit places like this, wooden places, there's a lot of dust. I have come to understand that these places feel very like not hidden, but there's just some mystery in the air, if you know what I mean. Now here are some frames with native people on them, which I thought was a nice touch to the place. I'm actually going to be showing you the outside because it was a pretty good day. This is just a really quick view of outside, and then later we're actually going to go outside. I took this shot of the hat and the light in the kitchen because I just thought it looked really pretty. And now we're actually going outside now. Here I'm struggling to open the door because it was a bit heavy and I didn't want to make noises because people were still waking up. So I was trying to be really quiet when I opened the door. And finally I opened it and we're outside now. As you can see, wooden floors, and now I'm showing you around the landscape, the other houses. There were quite some trees around, some plants, nature. And I would say that a thing that was a bit difficult for me was that there was no internet or signal here. So you had no way to send messages or communicate. And that was a bit, let's just say, if you are used to that, you're gonna feel like something is missing. At least that happened to me. Now, here there was this side, like a bar side, a counter, and just a big table next to the counter. And over here, I'm going to show you now the view, which are just mountains, hills, bushes, nature. Because like I'm telling you, this was in the middle of the mountains and there was no civilization around, we can say. And finally, I'm showing you one more place. I would say this is I'm just showing you trees in this park. Just nature in general, how it looked like. The weather was really nice. No rain, but really fresh. And I would say those are pine trees. Oh, another bad thing I would say was the insects. That at night, the mosquitoes, they bit me alive. And yeah, I ended up with like 8 mosquito bites, but that comes with going to places like this, right? So it's fine. And here I'm just showing you all around, because this part of the house was really white, very open. And actually I forgot to mention that this other house that I'm filming at is the main cabin, the main house, because the place that I stayed at was another cabin. And now here I'm showing you more. This is how the main cabin looked like. Now what you're looking at is a parking lot. And this is all for today's video. Hopefully you found this interesting or relaxing. And remember to sleep well and take care of yourself. See you in the next one. Bye bye.